I'd been out to a supper club with Maria Parsheva, my girlfriend. It's a Friday night in New York City around 11:30. We boarded the train on Canal Street, on the last car in the queue.
And I was coming back from work right over here in Ongon. So I was coming back and I was sitting on the queue.
And we say Happy Hanukkah to everybody. A guy in the back of the train.
They got very angry and, very insulted by that, actually.
Goes, Hanukkah, that's when the Jews killed Jesus. And I basically, said that's ridiculous. I'm not one to start crap with people on the train and on the street, but I'm going to stand up for Hebrew people.
The assailants, they were being very loud and rowdy.
Dirty Jew, dirty
And they were, at this point, they were getting very confrontational with them. And the poor guy, Walter and the whole group of them, they were trying to defuse it.
And basically say, we're going to pull these Jews off the train at DeKalb and beat them on the platform.
This is horrible. This is horrible. This is the biggest wave of anti-Semitism I've ever been involved in New York.
There were 14 of them total, 6 girls and 8 guys, and they're hitting me in the face. I'm bleeding on the ground. My lid splits open. I'm bleeding, and this random stranger, Hassan Askiri, jumps in.
I thought one of the assailants came up to one of the girls and he might do something. And that time I grabbed him and I pulled him to the side. And I said, what's wrong? Are you crazy or something? What are you doing? They all grabbed me and then they pushed me against the wall and then they, punched me up a little bit. From there, they beat up Walter. They punched him and, they beat him down pretty bad. It was really bad to see what happened.
Hassan's the only person to try and help us at all. Everybody runs to the back of the car.
It was pretty shocking to see something like that happening. Usually you don't expect something like that to go on in the train.
Here we have freedom of speech and freedom of religion. And what I've seen this Friday night is just put my spirits down.
That guy, Hassan, my girlfriend and me and my best friend might have been beaten to death on that train if he hadn't jumped in and helped us.
My father, my parents, they always brought me up to help my fellow man. There's no question about whether I did anything special or not. What I did should be the norm for anyone. And in Islam, it teaches you to be, helpful to your fellow man, to be kind, courteous.
A Muslim New Yorker jumped in to help a Jewish New Yorker, and that's because New York, I believe, transcends on a certain long enough timeline all this racial, religious crap, all this sexual orientation crap, and that we should feel outraged about this event.
Hopefully, this will reach a lot of people, and it will change the way people view each other. It will change the way people act toward one another.